Hey, what's up, YouTube? I'm Dex.
I'm Mike.
And today we're doing Luke Cage Episode 9 review, entitled DWYCK. Alright, so in this one, we find out that Cage escapes Stryker, and he basically gets, stopped by the police, or they find him. You know what I mean? And it's kind of funny because it's like a black man, a hoodie, who's just walking around, minding his own business, and the cops are like, hey, stop, you know? And I think he was in a white neighborhood, so maybe that makes it a little bit different. I don't know. Probably not. But he puts his hands up, and then he takes out the police, and all of a sudden this goes viral.
Yeah.
Right? So that's where we are with episode number 9. And then on the other end, the second story is Misty's being investigated by, kind of reminded me of like my math teacher, right? And we find out that she has, we find out some of her backstory, and we also find out that she has like control issues, which we're going to see in the later episodes when she finds out that, you know, she's a little bit controlling, you know, and it might not always be the best thing. All right, so what'd you think?
This episode was a little bit slow for me. In fact, I probably liked this episode the least out of the whole season.
Oh, really?
Yes. I didn't like all the attention that Misty got with the
interrogation.
Yeah, with the, I guess the counselor or the psychiatrist. It was just a little bit too much, Misty. You know, especially after episode 8 was so action packed and it left us with that great cliffhanger.
Right.
You know, so I was just like, couldn't wait to see what happened in episode 9, and we just get Misty talking about, you know, her problems and feelings and control issues, you know. So, but Diamondback continued to be a great villain. He's really up there. These Marvel Netflix villains are awesome. He was definitely a worthy foe. Shades did a lot in this episode to me. I kind of want to know more about Shades. You know, like his backstory. We don't get a lot about Shades, you know, just like he's just this sneaky, you know, second in command guy.
Right, but Shades, you can tell, wants to get power. So he
wants to get power, but he kind of wants to follow somebody else, in my opinion.
Well, I think what it is with him is he knows he can't tackle Diamondback by himself, so he wants an alliance with someone else. In this case, which is Mariah Dillard, right?
Yes.
But he knows that if they can tackle Stryker and take him down, then all of a sudden he can take her out, and then guess what? He's on top. Because you think about it, he hasn't been doing anything really in the episodes, and already he's like the number 2 guy, right? So Cottonmouth's out of the picture, he's in the picture, you know, and he's kind of taken over Cottonmouth's, influence.
Yeah.
So I think he's doing a good job. But the scene I think that I was just blown away with was when they had the meeting with all the different drug cartels, the heads of drug cartels.
Yeah.
And I figured Diamondback was going to go in and give a little speech. But instead he just like took out 4 guys, and it was like awesome. He took out 2 guys with 1 bullet.
Yeah, he sure did. Yeah, that was cool. That was probably the highlight of the episode.
Yeah, and that knife that he threw in the guy's eye. I thought that was very cool too. And everybody was so scared of him. But I had a feeling he wasn't going to kill Domingo.
Okay, yeah.
You know, because Domingo, I felt like Domingo was probably going to die later on. Just because you kind of got to get away from that whole Cottonmouth, Domingo thing, and you got to get to the next level of bad guy.
Yeah.
You know? So that was kind of interesting. And I also think they met Dr. Bernstein.
Yes.
In this episode.
Yeah, he helped treat Luke.
But I felt like there was too much in that. You know, we know what's going to happen. They're going to do the experiment. They're going to try to revive him. Do a similar experiment. You know he's almost going to die. But he's not going to die.
Of course not.
Yeah, but the way that they just took so long on that.
Yeah.
Like, there was no suspense.
Yeah. And I think you said you had some sympathy for the doctor, right?
I did have sympathy for the doctor. I didn't like the way they were treating the doctor.
Yeah.
It's like, what's Luke Cage's problem?
Yeah. It's like, He could have just destroyed the computer. He didn't have to destroy the whole barn. That was kind of a dick move. It's just like,
Yeah.
just destroy the computer. Don't just like fuck up my whole barn. You know?
Right.
But
And then, right. And then it's just kind of like why would you do that? Like this guy not only saved your life the first time after you got stomped by Comanche and Shades in prison at Seagate, but then he helps you again.
Yeah.
It's like, for God's sake, can this guy at least get a thank you?
Yeah.
And sorry, he keeps calling you Carl Lewis, but that's your name. That's the name your mama gave you, right?
And it was totally
So
predictable that he was going to retrieve the notes from the computer for the program.
Yeah.
We saw that coming a mile away.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
But
yeah, I think definitely we saw that and we were just kind of like, okay, yeah, that's gonna happen, because you knew that was gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, anyways, anything you put on your computer now, especially if it's that valuable, I mean, you figured a guy of that intelligence would just save it.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. You knew he was gonna let that get away.
Exactly.
As soon as he got it, he probably just backed it up. You know.
Yeah. Which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Because I guess we'll find when we do our episode 10 review, you'll figure out what we're talking about with the barn and all that stuff. Stuff like that. So far we got two villains I think that are coming through. First is Diamondback, who's basically just a psychopath, who basically just kills people just for the hell of it, for no reason, has no remorse. And then we have Black Mariah, who we start to see is a lot more complex, and she's much more of an interesting character.
Yes.
You know?
Emerging as that villain.
Yeah, because she's not only is she like a politician, which we already know that you have to be crooked to be a politician, but then we find out that her family was basically she was raised in the mafia. Her family ran Harlem, and shook down Harlem, and killed a lot of people, including her Uncle Pete. Right?
Who molested her.
Yeah, and then Cottonmouth kills her, which means that they're a pretty dysfunctional family, no matter how much she tries to play it off.
Yeah.
She's definitely messed up in the head. I think that would mess you up in the head. I think so. Okay, anything else? I guess we want to do grades?
Yeah, like I said, I thought this was the slowest episode of the season. Oh, I did like the Diamondback with the bosses scene.
Yes.
At the warehouse. That was the best scene. But I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
I'll give it a 6.
Okay. So you liked it less than me.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, the problem with the episode was it just didn't go anywhere. It was just one of those episodes where they could have just maybe taken some of this stuff out. So like, for example, the conversation between Diamondback and Mariah about, hey, let's do the thing with the bullets. Right? We find out in later episodes that they're talking about that again. So why do we need that first thing? I get it, because they've had so many different altercations together. Where they're face to face. It's like another one. I don't know.
Yeah. So.
All right. So 6.5.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Looks like that's all the time that we have for today.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yes. And if you guys have any comments on anything, what you liked, what you didn't like, if maybe we said something that, wasn't in the Netflix show or something that we missed, let us know. Just drop us a comment and we'll definitely, get back to you. All right. Thanks a lot for watching, and we will see you guys next time.